In assignment 4, you have actually two parts to it. First of all, an evaluation exercise, and then search in Google Scholar. Let me first say something briefly about evaluation. Evaluation is crucial. These days, we are the gatekeepers to much of the information that we receive. We have to determine whether it's authoritative or whether it is not. And you'll notice that one of the key elements in determining authority is to have a look at who actually produced this material. What is the who is the author, and what kind of qualifications do they have, and what sorts of biases do they have? And then there are other criteria as well. And I hope that by answering these questions, you'll think a little bit more about evaluation of these kinds of materials and also of scholarly materials. The second part of the assignment is a search with Google Scholar. Google Scholar is interesting because while it is probably the most comprehensive database for academic material in the world, it is also notoriously difficult to work with. It has very few limiters that are of any value to you, and it includes everything from very scholarly papers to second year undergraduate research projects that have been posted online. It includes predatory journals, it includes preprints, which are journal articles that have not yet gone through peer review but have been posted online. So it's really a mixed bag. It also doesn't differentiate among the various types of materials, except in descriptions within the actual entries. So you can't actually separate out articles from books, etc. And another big problem with Google Scholar is that a lot of full text is not available. So you have to pay to download an article, for example. Let me first of all get you to Google Scholar. To do that, start with the library homepage and scroll down until you see Google Scholar Search. Click on that and log in. What that will do is connect our resources, what the library has by way of subscriptions, with Google Scholar results so you can get more full text. So I'm going to click on that, and up will come Google Scholar. Now, if you get an error message when you try to search and it does something like you're not able to access it, go over here to the upper left and click on Settings. And within that, you'll be able to find library links and then put in Trinity Western University if it's not actually here. And then you'll be able to search. So do that. And so I'm just going to go back to Scholar again. And I'm going to search on atonement in Romans. Now, there is only a keyword search with Google Scholar. You don't have the option of subject headings or anything like that. So I'm going to do that. Now it says, please show you're not a robot. So it has caught me in that problem. And so what I'm going to have to do in that case is go up here to the top and actually look up Google Scholar. It does this every once in a while. It's kind of a hiccup in Google Scholar. It has to do with authentication. So I'm going to try this. And I get results. So there we are. Uh, Now, I notice one says ProQuest here, so it is recognizing me as a Trinity Western user. That's one of our databases. And you'll see that some things here look pretty good. Atonement in Romans 3, etc. Glory of the Atonement. It's not clear exactly what that is, whether that is an article or a book. It's actually a book chapter. Look at some of the features here. First of all, if there is full text, the link will be over here on the right. And sometimes it'll have a link right here that says PDF. Sometimes it'll say book, and in that case, you may have very limited ability to actually see the whole text of the book. And for some of them, there doesn't seem to be any kind of option here for you to be able to get the full text. And if you click on the title, you'll find that you probably have to pay in order to get this article, get access, and it'll ask you to pay. So that's not very helpful. But it's a mixed bag. There's some good stuff in here, and it seems to be picking up atonement in Romans reasonably well. What are some of the things you can do with Google Scholar? First of all, you can create citations. And so if you click on Cite here with any of these, you'll find, let's just use this as an example, you'll find that there is a Chicago citation, which will be your Turabian notes and bibliography, and you can just copy and paste that. Have a look, though, to make sure that you're you don't have any errors in it or anything like that, but that should be available to you. Uh, the second thing is that you can find out how many times this has been cited by other scholars. That's important. If there are a number of good citations to this article, that's probably going to mean that it's been recognized by other scholars. And so cited by, and you'll find 51 entries here of other sources that have cited this Google Scholar article and have made use of it in their own materials. Beyond that, there's also a related articles link, which picks up some of the terminology from this and finds other articles that are relevant to that. Now, let's take a look at some of the indications here of what these things are. This first one says PDF. It's actually a book chapter. It doesn't say it's a book chapter, but it is. Second one says it's a book. Third one, HTML, and you notice that it's a journal, Journal of the Evangelical Theological Society. This next one, interpretation, what is that? Well, it says it's from Sage Journal, so probably a journal article. New Testament Studies, what is that? That's a journal article as well. Paul and Salvation History in Romans 9 by Dumbrell. This appears to be a book chapter, and it's actually coming from a citation in Google Books. And so you can see you can sort of determine what things are. Here's another book chapter, but it's a really mixed bag. What kinds of limiters do you have? You can limit by date. Since 2023, the most recent stuff, 2022, you can create a custom range. Forget sort by date because it really only brings up the most recent year of publications. It doesn't go back in time. And review articles here, not clear exactly what that would be. And that's about it. Those are the limitations. You can use an advanced search if you go up here and to this hamburger thing, click on advanced search, and it will give you Boolean searching. So you can do a phrase search, you can do an or search, at least one of these words. You can drop any words that you don't want. So add words here that you don't want to see in your search results. And in this case, it's just a simple and search, so that's what that is. So Google Scholar is a mixed bag. The reason why I include it in the course is simply to help you to see the contrast between this tool and some of the other things that we have been using by way of search databases. And I think you'll find Google Scholar in many ways is a little more challenging to use and perhaps not quite as productive as you might think it is. Google Scholar, by the way, is a very good place. If you find an article in your reading somewhere, you can type in the title of the article with quotation marks around it and see whether we actually have it. And so you can look up the article in Google Scholar and see whether we actually have it if you log into Google Scholar through the library homepage. Thank you.